Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. And today, amidst the excitement of what's going on in the F1, I have currently got this on, and I'm not a big F1 fan, but I am enjoying what is going on in the F1 right now. And if you're an F1 fan, I'm going to keep this on. I'm going to make sure that I have got all of the F1 on it in the background because it might be the most exciting thing that happens this afternoon. However, we aren't here to talk about the Formula One. What we are here to talk about is the football. And today we have two teams facing off. We have got two games actually this afternoon. Supposed to have three games, but unfortunately we've only got two, and those two are Burnley versus West Ham and Leicester versus Newcastle United. Of course, we know that don't we, that the other game in terms of Spurs and I don't even know who Spurs were supposed to be playing, but Spurs' game has been cancelled as there has been a COVID outbreak at the team training camp, and which has seen a lot of Spurs' games. I think the game on Thursday night as well was also cancelled. So you can take that as what you will. But today we are going to be discussing Burnley versus West Ham United. And, you've got two teams here. I hate to keep mentioning the fact, as a Chelsea fan, that West Ham United did lose to Chelsea, did beat Chelsea, sorry. But they performed fantastically against Chelsea last weekend, last time out. And who knows what could happen for them today. Who knows what could happen? We've got plenty of football to be watching, and of course, I'm sat here excited looking at the F1 as well for all the dramas and everything going on in the F1 as well. So, without further ado, though, guys, do be sure if you are in the chat to let us know, and get yourselves in the chat and let us know your score predictions for today's game. So we will have a rundown and we'll have a look at the teams, starting off with the home side, starting off with Burnley. And Burnley, maybe is this Burnley's year to get relegated? Who knows? Who knows? Burnley seem to have been a staple team in the Premier League for some years now. And it's been a roller coaster for any Burnley fans, I am sure. It's been an absolute roller coaster. But tonight, Burnley, an opportunity to get themselves a good and needed win. So we'll start off with the Burnley side. Starting off in goal is Nick Pope, with then Matthew Lowton at right back. James Tarkowski and Ben Mee are the two centre halves, with Taylor at left back. Then it looks very typical of Burnley, if I'm honest with you, very typical of Burnley, and it's going to be a 4-4-2. Classic Burnley, classic Brexit Burnley, and that will then have Goodmanson on the right-hand side, with Dwight McNeil on the left, and Cork and Westwood in the middle. That's how I imagine it'll set up. Whether Dwight McNeil has more of a creative license to go forward, I'd have probably assumed that we will see that as well. That's what I will imagine as well. Let's have a look at the chat. We've got Shah and Jake in the chat. Afternoon to you, Jake. How are we doing? Hope you're excited for your gig next weekend. Looking forward to it. And Shah as well. Good afternoon to you, sir, as well. And the two up front for Burnley, no real surprises here, is it? No real surprises. Wood and Rodriguez. Cornet I do believe he's picked up a bit of an injury, so Cornet is out. But what a player and what a signing he has been for Burnley over the last few weeks or so. It has been a really, really good introduction to life in Bottas has just gone into the pit. If anyone else is watching, I think something's wrong with the stream. No notification today. I mean, I can't help that. I cannot help that. I don't know why there's been no notification today. Unfortunately, Shah, you'll just have to make sure everyone knows. Yeah, just watching the F1 here as I do this, which is lovely stuff. And Jake saying, "I'm good, thanks. How are you?" I'm really good actually. I'm enjoying the F1, which I've got on the side. But when the football kicks off, we'll get ourselves sorted. And what do you think about the penalty decision yesterday's game? I think it was a soft one, Jake. I think we were lucky, but click, you can't make a tackle there in the box. But that's enough talk about Chelsea. That is enough Chelsea talk, I think, for today. We had plenty of it yesterday. Um, Still says you're not live. Don't know why. It just says scheduled for 13:45. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Let me check my other account, and we'll have a look. Maybe something's a little bit glitched, but I'm not overly sure why that's like that. Mine says it's fine on the other account. So make sure you drop a like. You too. Make sure you drop a like, and I'm sure some people will start stopping by when they realise that I am live as well. Anyway, let's have a look at West Ham United. Of course, West Ham were the team last time out to beat Chelsea in a good fashion, really. Beat Chelsea in good style, good fashion. And, well, they were the better team, weren't they? Just like Leeds were yesterday, they were the better team, West Ham United. And maybe today as well, I assume they will be the better of the two teams. But starting off, it looks like David Moyes is going to go with his 4-2-3-1, and he's going to start off with Fabianski in goal, Kufal off the right-hand side, with Masuaku as the left-back. Masuaku, of course, scored the winner against Chelsea in bizarre circumstances, but still scored the winner. So you take it, don't you? You take it. West Ham fans will absolutely be loving that. Then Dawson and Diop are the two centre halves. And then the two defensive midfielders, Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. Then West Ham need a win. They do need a win because if you look at all the rest of the teams around them, they massively need a win. I agree, Shah. They massively need a win. Of course, Arsenal, they got themselves a big 3-0 win, and all the other sides that we typically associate with the big four all won thanks to penalties. So West Ham, if they want to maintain a little bit of pressure on those top dogs, they definitely do need a win this afternoon. And it almost will undo the hard work they did beating Chelsea last time out. It would almost undo it. And Shah is going with 3-1 to West Ham in this game and 1-0 to Leicester against Newcastle. Of course, that game also going along, running parallel to the game going on this afternoon. And then, and of course, the drama going on in the Formula One. They're just talking about on the F1, they're just talking about strategies for safety cars. It's getting exciting. I'm not even an F1 fan, and I was enjoying Sergio Perez's great teamwork. Anyway, we'll move on to the attacking players. We have got Said Benrahma, Lantini, and Bowen. Bowen was so instrumental in the way that West Ham United beat Chelsea last weekend. How good a performance was it from Jarrod Bowen? What the essence of what Jarrod Bowen did so well there was the fact that he came closer to Mikel Antonio. The criticism he could have said of West Ham United in the first half was that Mikel Antonio was set aside, he was alone, and the ball wasn't really going to him. Of course, they won a penalty, which was from a mistake from Chelsea. But that transition of moving Bowen maybe more centrally, just further up the field and getting him closer to Mikel Antonio was a feature that actually dictated the game and was actually improved West Ham United. Afternoon, Fraser, as well. My dad loves watching the F1. I just don't get it. It looks boring for me. I mean, I can't watch it in its full capacity. Like today, there's a lot riding on it, so I can watch the F1 and I will sit and I'll enjoy it. Knowing that obviously if Max wins the title. If Lewis wins the title, or whoever finishes highest wins the title. But for the course of a season, I can understand why people struggle because it is a lot of time. But then that being said, we spend 2 hours each week watching the football, and we're going to do that again today with Burnley and West Ham United. Afternoon, Callum, how are you doing? Fraser, Sam apparently supports Rangers and Leeds, and he says he's really unhappy for Leeds losing. Absolutely not, Fraser. Absolutely not. But we will be underway in about 5 minutes, guys. We have had Shah's score prediction of a 3-1 West Ham United win. Callum, Fraser, anyone else who is watching, make sure you get your score predictions in as well. Young Kwan says, hello from Korea. Korea. Hello, Young Kwan. Thank you for stopping by and let us know your score prediction. And who do you support? Are you a Burnley fan, a West Ham fan, or just here for the banter? the banter. Fraser's going with 2-2. And wow, Sam, you've got fans all the way around the world. I know we have. And hello from Huddersfield. If you know where that is, then I'll be mightily surprised. But my score prediction for today's game. Do I back the underdog? Am I backing a Max Verstappen, or am I going safe, playing, and going with a West Ham United and going for a Lewis Hamilton? I think there's maybe a little bit of pressure on both sides here, with potentially on how results go elsewhere. There's another F1 driver who's going to be out here. God, imagine me doing F1 watch-alongs. It would be absolutely awful. I wouldn't know what to say. Would not know what to say. But that being said, I am going to go with. Oh, I'm liking Fraser's 2-2. I'm liking Fraser's 2-2. But I can't imagine them both scoring 2 goals. But then I don't want to be boring. I'm going to go 1-1. 1-1. Is that too boring? Sam, is Huddersfield close to Blackburn or Preston? I mean, Preston's in the north, isn't it? Just north of Manchester. So if Manchester, yes. I mean, it takes me an hour on the train to get to Manchester, if that is any help to you. Probably isn't. Right, let me get the F1 off my screen, and we'll get the football up. We'll get the stuff we've actually come for. We will get the football up as well. And I cannot believe how exciting those first opening stages of the F1 were. I know I keep saying it, but I genuinely cannot believe it. I was absolutely ecstatic, and of course, if someone who, I don't dislike F1. It's just ever since it moved away from Formula One, ever since it moved to Sky and to channels that you have to pay for, it became a little bit less accessible. So it'd take me like an hour and 45. Yeah, if that was what it was. And Josh's stream went well, even better. Glad to hear that, Josh. Glad to hear that. Told you I just need a bit of persistency and consistency as well. Right, if I pop this there, then I can watch the F1 and get the football as well. Yeah, Josh Wilco, let us know your score prediction for West Ham versus Burnley. I've gone 1-1. Fraser's backing a load of goals and saying 3-1. I can't quite see a 3-1, if I'm honest with you. I can't quite see a 3-1 because there was just loads of drama there in the F1, and I was trying to work out what happened. I literally just sat there like, what is going on? Oh, Verstappen's in the pit again. Good stuff. Fogden is watching F1 instead of the football. I mean, I can understand why, because it is the title decider, isn't it? Between Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, I think they're tied on points entirely. So it's not like even if they both, if one of them finishes in second and the other one finishes in fourth, the guy in fourth will still win. It is a matter of who finishes higher wins. And how exciting is that? Oh, good stuff. We'll be underway with the football in a couple of minutes. We'll be underway. West Ham United looking to chase down those Champions League spots. They're so close to doing it, aren't they? West Ham United really, really close to actually being potentially considered in the top six. You would argue it should be done on who finishes in the top six for the previous season. You could argue that. And if you do argue that, then West Ham United are sniffing around at the tails of the big six, of the typical big six that we come to know. So who knows? It could be West Ham United's day. Of course, there is a bit of a points buffer between, I do believe, Chelsea and West Ham, or I think it's Chelsea and Arsenal at the moment before kickoff. Imagine if West Ham get Champions League football, that would be sick. But sure, you haven't quite clicked that in your head. If West Ham get Champions League football, that means Manchester United don't. Just to let that one sit there whilst you think about that and pretend like you're enthusiastic about it. That does mean that your own team won't get Champions League football. Can't wait for the FA Cup. Oh, I do love a good FA Cup run. Do love a good FA Cup. I really do. I really do. Right, I'm trying to get this stream up so I can start watching it. Hopefully, it'll start working soon, and then we can get the football going. And like I say, if you haven't already, get your score predictions in the chat for us, ladies and gents. Get your score predictions in and let me know. You know what your thoughts and feelings are towards the two lineups as well. Are Burnley going to struggle without Maxwell Cornet? We saw how good he was in the Champions League a few seasons ago against against Manchester City, and he was so good. We're about to get underway here. Both teams are lined up, and let's have a look. Both teams are lined up, just taking the knee, and we will be underway at Turf Moor. And then we will be underway. Let's have a look. There we are. We are underway. It is West Ham United in their second kit, their away kit in black, kicking from right to left, who have got us underway. Dwight McNeil instantly, though, looks for the run of Chris Wood in behind. Wood with a good bit of strength there, rolls it in back towards Dwight McNeil, but then only succeeds in playing the ball out. Jake is going with 2-0 Newcastle, 1-0 Burnley. Jake's hoping for all of the relegation battles to do Chelsea some favours here and stop the likes of Leicester and West Ham and the chasing pack from closing any gaps on Chelsea. And Shah has gone with his prediction for the top 5 here. He's gone for his prediction for the top 6 with Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, United, and then West Ham. Not even backing his own team to be in the top 4. Anyway, we are underway here as Jay Rodriguez tries to make his way through there and ends up pushing to the floor the defender, and that will be a West Ham United goal kick with just under a minute on the clock. Let me get the F1 back up so I can be excited about that as well. Let's get them both up so I can be excited about them both. Good stuff, this. Good stuff. Fabianski taking his time to take this goal kick here. He really is milking it, Fabianski, taking his time. Time wasting already. That's not what we want to see at all. Not what you want to see. Not what you want in your sandwiches. And bit of pinball there around in the centre of the park from that goal kick. I'm having a few connectivity issues right now. I'm not too sure why. There we are. Sorted. Burnley have a free kick deep inside their own half here. And they're going to launch one forward, looking for Chris Wood. Chris Wood tries to flick one on, but just only succeeds. Sorry, it was James Tarkowski, not Chris Wood. Only succeeds in playing that behind, though, for another West Ham United goal kick. Interesting game, this one. The Claret and Blue Derby. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting game. I think it's going to be hard for West Ham United, to break down Burnley at the best of times. I think it's going to be a difficult game for them. I think they're going to have to be at their best. We know how Sean Dyche likes to set up in those 2 banks of 4 and attacking duo, and with midfielders at the moment who are more than capable of taking the ball out and getting on the ball and dribbling. And really causing problems. Here's Mazuaku, who rolls it into Rice. Rice dances away from a couple. Instead decides to go back towards Mazuaku, the goal scorer from last weekend. I predict that Shaznan will score. Shaznan is a classic cult legend. Sam, you should have done an F1. Everyone is watching it, probs. Yeah, but I don't want to watch the F1. Not that much anyway. I don't want to watch it that much. Headed forward here. Cleared. I've also not shared this stream on any of my socials because I want to see if it's YouTube or if it's actually me who's doing it. If it's social media that's helping, who knows? I prefer to watch the football. It's much easier to commentate on the football much easier to commentate on the football. West Ham with the throw in deep inside the Burnley half here. Bit of movement from Antonio there. So not many options on here. They're taking their time to take this throw in, really taking their time. Finally, instead, decides to go to Michail Antonio. Appeals for handball. Cross whipped in there by Jared Bowen, looking for Ben Rama. Cleared, though, by the Burnley defenders. What? Why did it just freeze? There we are. Right, we're back. We're back, and it's Chris Wood up the other end, and Declan Rice easily manages to seal that one out and gives the ball back, though, to Burnley on the halfway line. And Burnley are going to use the little bit of space here and move themselves forward. A ball there looking forward from Ben Mee, but couldn't find the two target men up front, and Issa Diop is able to sweep over and get a good head on that. It's going to be a good battle between the strikers and the centre-backs here for Chelsea. For West Ham United. I don't even know why I said Chelsea. I'm so obsessed. It's going to be a real battle, real battle. And I think they could definitely overpower them in this game, the two attackers of Burnley. Masuaku there doing really well, but gives the ball away to Goodmanson. Goodmanson clips one in there, looking towards Jay Rodriguez, I think that was. Sorry, Chris Wood, it was underneath that. And Dawson does his job. I can't believe Craig Dawson has gone from getting relegated with Watford to being in a Europa League side with West Ham and a vital player for West Ham as well. What a player as well. He is a really good player, but you just never thought that he'd be able to make such a brilliant comeback, and what a comeback he has made over the last couple of seasons. But it is a Burnley corner. The first corner of the game falls to the claret and blue of Burnley, and Dwight McNeil does cross that one in, but the referee's seen something there that he didn't like as the corner was coming in. Just a talking to from the referee. Just a talking to. My nan doesn't even give me sweets anymore. Oh, God, are you that old now? Shah, is that what it is? Let's just see what it was. It was just a bit of a tussle there between Tarkowski and Michail Antonio. Michail Antonio trying to do his defensive duties, but Tarkowski pushing him away and pushing him off. So here comes the cross this time from McNeil. Oh, at the back post, it was Chris Wood there. Chris Wood at the back post looking to get his head on that, and maybe should have hit the target. Just slightly, just on the top of the head rather than on his forehead. But it might have taken a deflection actually off a West Ham United player and has gone behind. And let's have a look. I don't know if we are on the corner. We're currently looking at the crowd. Shah's only 14. Typical. It was actually a goal kick. Fabianski kicks that one forward, looking for Michail Antonio. Antonio trying to battle here with Westwood, I believe that was, and rolled into Taylor. Taylor's going to look long for Chris Wood. Chris Wood, is he able to get that one down? He is, somehow managed to get that down. Flicks it to Rodriguez, who flicks it back to Wood. Here's Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil's going to put this ball in. Blocked there by Diop, and that was a funny one for him to block. It was on his chest and goes forward again. A bit of pinball here between the two teams. Not the most fantastic of football, but that's really well done there by, I believe that was Kufal, who just nicked in there in front of Charlie Taylor and got the ball just before he could whip the ball in. And he's actually done really well in winning Burnley a throw-in. If you haven't already, guys, if you could drop a like on the stream, I would greatly appreciate that for me. And get in the chat and let me know what you make to either of these two sides. But Burnley versus West Ham here. Fabianski's going to take his time to take this free kick. Seems to be not rushing himself here, the former Arsenal goalkeeper. Seems to not be rushing himself. Maybe he's just trying to get a little bit of composure from West Ham, who've started the worst of the two teams so far. Here's Lanzini. It's gone out for a Burnley throw-in. Taylor will take this throw-in. 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes on the clock at Turf Moor. Taylor finds McNeil. McNeil tries to spin into the feet of Chris Wood, but not a great effort at all there. Really, only succeeds in giving the ball out for another throw in. Here is Michail Antonio. Antonio with a bit of space tries to find Jared Bowen, but a poor ball. Can West Ham United win the ball back up high up the pitch here? Souček finds Bowen, much better there. Into Lanzini. Here it's Michail Antonio. Just cannot break down this defence at the moment. Just cannot break them down. And Burnley look like they're defensively, they're going to be really sound. Defensively, going to be really sound. Here's Dwight McNeil. McNeil dances in between a couple of players there, rolls it into Jack Cork, who then goes to Westwood. Burnley setting the tempo of this game. Maybe know what you want to see if you're excited for football with Burnley setting the tempo. James Tarkowski clips it forward, looking for Rodriguez that time, and only succeeds in finding the West Ham United defenders. Here's Declan Rice. Rice goes back to Issa Diop. Diop goes over to Dawson, just playing the ball around the back at the moment, trying to work out how they're going to break down these two banks of four of Burnley. There's a long ball there from Soufal, looking for Bowen, but just overhit the ball, and Burnley able to recover. West Ham win it back there with Bowen. Here is Lanzini. Lanzini's got a bit of space to move here. Who does he choose to play to? It's Benrahma. Benrahma, can he get a shot off? Tries to, but it's blocked, and still problems in the box. Going to fall to Masuaku. Oh my gosh! Masuaku from the edge of the box there on the volley. A looper that was going into the bottom corner there, and I'm not sure if he gets a touch or if it just spins wide, Nick Pope, but he had to be on his toes, and better from West Ham United. Much, much better there. Really, really good play there from West Ham. Of course, the first shot being blocked was a little bit difficult. Charlie Taylor tries to do what he can, and then a little bit of swaz there from Masuaku. Just slightly sailed wide, and not a bad effort there from the fullback for West Ham United. But Burnley, a little bit of a wake-up call, maybe just to tell them that actually they are in a game. West Ham started maybe the slower out of the two teams here. Goodmanson, though, gives the ball away there. And West Ham might be able to counter-attack here with Souček. Here is Souček, rolls it into Bowen. Bowen has Soufal wider, and he's decided to come inside instead. Just slowed the play down a little bit there instead and tried to switch it to Masuaku, and Masuaku with a poor touch. But questions about the pass in the first place, really. He was a little bit behind Masuaku, who, of course, is left-footed. Afternoon to Archie. Here's Jack Cork, who finds Dwight McNeil into the feet of Rodriguez. Lovely play there from Burnley. Here's Charlie again, Charlie Taylor again. Jack Cork. Burnley are just going to have to build here. West Ham putting on a bit of a press, led by Lanzini. And they've won the ball back here, West Ham, and here's Souček. Souček finds Antonio. Antonio tries to flick that around the corner. Hammer's better win. He's a West Ham United fan. Masuaku finds Benrahma, back into Masuaku. Comes back. Here is Issa Diop. Diop back to Rice. Rice into Diop. Lovely bit of space there for Lanzini. Into Antonio, into Benrahma. This is better from West Ham. Masuaku sits one down, keeps going to the byline. Byline goes to pull it back, but good defending by James Tarkowski there. Much better from West Ham United. Much, much better. That was good, fast play there. Benrahma got the ball out nicely to Masuaku, and Lowton just overcommitted there. I don't think he needed to. I think he was hoping that Masuaku would show him too much of the ball, but he didn't need to commit there, really, and ended up shooting himself in the foot. But Burnley able to defend for now, but West Ham look much, much better that time. Lanzini's gone out to take this corner, whips it in with his right foot and straight into the hands, though, of Nick Pope, with Westwood going down as well, holding his head. Oh, dropping my microphone. I'm not even sure what Craig Dawson does there. He jumps on top of the two defenders. He jumps on top of them both. Weird. Very, very strange there. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve from that. Dawson, really not sure what he was trying to achieve from that, but Burnley, have got themselves a free kick in their own penalty area. Who do I support? I support Chelsea. That is who I'm supporting, and I'll be watching the game for today as well. Let's have a look, see if the scores elsewhere have changed at all. No, absolutely not. No score changes at the moment. We're just waiting for the players to get themselves back onto their feet. After that little bit of a collision. Nick Pope's going to hoof this one forward. A big, huge kick from Pope there, and it's well won there by Chris Wood, who flicks it on to Goodmanson. And Burnley nearly gave away the ball there, James Tarkowski. But Declan Rice just didn't quite get a full touch on the ball, but Burnley running life a little bit dangerously. Goodmanson here flicks the ball round the corner, looking for one of the runners there of Wood or Rodriguez, but neither of them were quite on the same level. Not quite on the same wavelength at that moment in time. Fabianski's going to ping one forward here, looking for Masuaku. Good header from Masuaku into Ben Rama, who finds Lanzini into Souček as well. Here's Lanzini. Masuaku just playing just inside their own half here. There's a switch on, and Souček's picked it out, looking for Soufal, who's got up from the right-hand side. It was intercepted initially by McNeil, but Soufal's won the ball anyway. Just taking their time, West Ham, trying to work out where the gaps are. And Dawson thinks he spotted one, trying to clip one over the top for Bowen. Read, though, by Charlie Taylor, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in. But West Ham take it quickly. Here's Lanzini in a bit of space. Lanzini's going to shoot. Oh! Not a bad effort there from Manuel Lanzini. He's definitely got the connection on it, but I'm not sure how far away from the back of the net that was there from Lanzini. It looked like it was travelling at first, and then I think it's just taken by the wind and it goes further wide than you would have probably anticipated from Manuel Lanzini. Put a good little side to it. He's hit it well. It's just he's just got his directions and his coordinates slightly wrong there, Manuel Lanzini. Just slightly out. Just slightly. And cameras focusing on Jared Bowen there. And of course, you can't talk about West Ham United last weekend without talking about Jared Bowen after a phenomenal performance from the Englishman. I think he's only 25 as well, so potentially a player who will be looking to get into Gareth Southgate's squad, despite maybe not being someone who's traditionally thought of as being a player that, Gareth Southgate will suggest. Of course, there is a lot of depth to a England side, especially in those attacking areas and in the wide places. But Jared Bowen, current form, he is one of the best attackers that we have got in form at the moment. Fabianski clips one forward, looking for Masuaku, but Masuaku succeeds in fouling Westwood there as well. So just turning up my heating to make it a little bit warmer. Fraser says, I reckon you'd be a good Sky Sports commentator. Well, thank you, Fraser. I do appreciate that. You know what? I might as well get the Leicester game up as well. And then, because this game seems to be a little bit stop-start at the moment, not a criticism of the game in itself, but, well, it is a criticism of the game in itself, but not a criticism of the way that the two teams play. But it is just a little bit slow at the moment, just a little bit slow from West Ham and Burnley, just a little bit slow. So I've now got the Leicester game up as well, so I can tell you if anything does happen in that game as well. We'll chop and change between the two of them. That'll be nice and easy. Here goes Charlie Taylor trying to win himself a corner, and he has done. and Jared Bowen doing his defensive duties there. Still 0-0 in the Leicester game. Leicester versus Newcastle. Leicester at home in that game. Here comes the Burnley corner. Here we go. Whipped in. Oh, it's flapped out by Fabianski. It's flicked on, I think, by Goodmanson. And just slightly goes wide, but he's flapped at it there. He really has flapped at it there, Fabianski. Goodmanson was stood in front of him. Don't know what the defensive priorities were there. If there is a man in front of your goalkeeper, get one of your players there to move him out of the way. Just move him out of the way. Simple as. Simple as. You don't let someone stand on him. It's, as a result, flapped it. And afternoon to Jasmine as well. And yeah, just whatever Cheryl says down there as well. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Fabianski kicks on again for Mikel Antonio, who's plenty of time there to get a good chest control on it. Here's Declan Rice. Rice rolls it to Mazuaku. Nearly called him Musaka then. That's, no. Lanzini here. Cuts in on his right foot, rolls it out to Soufal. Soufal finds Bowen. Bowen tries to get across. Of course he does. That's what crosses do. But cleared out by the Burnley defenders. Dwight McNeil's getting himself into a bit of a pickle here in the corner. Succeeds, though, in winning his team a throw-in as well. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. That would be awesome if you could do that for me. Just on the Leicester game there, I think that was Johnny Evans trying to play a ball in behind there for Harvey Barnes, and Leicester winning a throw-in. Back to West Ham, though. Oh, I thought they were going to get an opportunity there. Bowen. Oh my gosh, a lot of tackles coming in here. It's hard to commentate on. They're all just trying to nick the ball away from each other. Not the greatest of football, but here's Dwight McNeil. McNeil is going to try switch the play. Does succeed, but plays it a little bit behind Lowton. So just taking the sting out of what could have been a counter-attack there. Cork finds Goodmanson, and poor play there from Goodmanson, and Ben Rama's going to go on a counter-attack himself. Can he get away from a few players there? Maybe he should have passed that to Bowen, who Bowen was left unmarked to the back post. But here is Mikel Antonio. Antonio comes back to Mazuaku. Mazuaku into Declan Rice. Rice switches it nicely and finds Soufal. Soufal tries to put in a cross, but Charlie Taylor, unorthodox does manage to get the ball clear, though. And it's hoofed up the field, but can only succeed in giving it a West Ham United throwing away. So West Ham starting to get themselves into this game much, much more, and starting to really put the pressure on Burnley. Soufal takes this throw in, finds Souček, who pulls it back to Ben Rama. Ben Rama, can he get a shot off? Oh, he tries something fancy there. And Mikel Antonio, not quite on the same wavelength there. Not quite on the same wavelength. A poor pass, really. I think he should have taken the snapshot there, got a shot on the turn, and I think he would have been all right there. But not the greatest of touches and turns there from Ben Rama, but shows the intensity and the creativity that man does have if you do let him, but just not quite on the same wavelength as Mikel Antonio, which has ultimately shot him in the foot. West Ham trying to win the ball back from Burnley here, but Burnley have played the ball back to Nick Pope, so you're never going to win that back. Pope looks forward, looks long. Oh. Looking for Chris Wood there. That is the out ball. I hate to say it, but it is classic Burnley. Classic Burnley. They're just looking constantly for an out ball, looking to get the ball up the field as soon as possible and try and get the ball down. Gareth Southgate is there today at Burnley. So who will he be looking at? Declan Rice, Jared Bowen, these kinds of players. They are going to be under scrutiny and maybe might get in the heads of West Ham United. I'm sure they'll be more than aware of his presence in the stadium, especially Bowen. You know, it'd be for his England debut. And of course, Mikel Antonio, unfortunately, we can't call up anymore as he is now a Jamaican national. Bowen there looks to flick one on for Antonio. Antonio puts the pressure on Charlie Taylor, and Taylor wins his team a goal kick. a booking there in the Leicester City game as Daka tried to get past. Not even sure who that is in the Newcastle United team. Um, who knows? Who knows? God, it's Lewis. That's who it is. Jamal Lewis. That took me ages to work out who it was. Leicester do have a free kick. Maddison's over this, and it's in quite an attacking position here. Nothing happening in the Burnley and West Ham game at the moment, just the ball being hoofed up the field. Let's see what James Maddison can do in the Leicester City game here. Can he get the ball whipped in nicely? Potentially get Leicester the lead against Newcastle United, a stoic Newcastle United side as well. Maddison whips it in, flicks on. Oh my gosh, Daka from the back post. Oh my gosh, cleared off the line by Newcastle United. Newcastle really riding their luck there. Really riding their luck. Oh my gosh, it was a good ball in. I think it was clipped on actually by a Newcastle United defender, and Daka just charging in at the back post can only succeed in playing the ball across. Back to the West Ham Burnley game though, and just as I say that, Tarkovsky gives away a foul. The criticism of this game is so far it's very, very stop-start. Very stop-start, this game. I mean, I didn't expect it to be a fantastic game of football, but you know what Burnley are like. They're gonna try win the fouls. They play for the points. They don't play to play attacking. They don't play to look good. They play to get the points and get their job done in that sense. And just like I said, Newcastle have been quite stoic over the last few weeks. West Ham United are going to come up against a stoic Burnley side today, and Burnley are going to sit in there. They're going to cause all kinds of problems for West Ham. Bowen has gone out to take this free kick. It will be an in-swinger off that right-hand side, and Bowen's going to swing it in with his left. Souček, Declan Rice, Dawson are all up from the back, and so is Issa Diop, and of course that man, Mikel Antonio. Whipped in there by Bowen, flicked on the front post. Oh, what a header that was from Issa Diop. But Nick Pope more than equal to it. What a great header. What a great header by Issa Diop, who's just flicked it on. And it's a fantastic save by Nick Pope, who was going the wrong way. He shifted his momentum that way, had to make the save that way. A really, really good save at the end of the day. And oh my gosh, from the preceding corner, Mikel Antonio headers down, but just headers it down into the floor and it bounces over. Burnley living life dangerously. Referee has deemed it to have been offside, though, if it had gone in. But wow. Got a bit of life in the game here. Here's Jay Rodriguez. Finds McNeil. Everything that Newcastle, I'm getting Newcastle now. Everything that Burnley seems to do at the moment seems to be going through Dwight McNeil, and it doesn't surprise me whatsoever because he's a very, very talented footballer. But also, they need more from everyone else here, Burnley. Dwight McNeil tries to play that into Chris Wood, but West Ham defend well, and that's really well done there by Stu Fowler. Looks to clip one into the channel, looking for Mikel Antonio. Antonio just slips there as he tries to spin away from Ben Mee, the captain for today. And James Tarkovsky really living Rice dangerously, life dangerously. And Declan Rice there was putting on the pressure. I'm not sure why the referee's given a foul there because Declan Rice has not really done anything wrong. Not really done anything wrong at all. Yeah, Mikel Antonio was just offside, but I think he'd be gutted that didn't find the back of the net anyway from that corner earlier on where they played it short. I think they'll be gutted if I'm honest with you. I think he will be. Rice into Mazuaku, back into Benrahma, back into Mazuaku, just taking their time to try and work out what they need to do here. They're getting a few opportunities, West Ham are, from corners. In open play, Burnley seems to be able to sit in front of them and just defend deep, cause problems that way. They're going to have to move the ball fast and sharp if they're going to want to get a goal, and that's what they've just done right there. Lanzini rolls it into Antonio. Antonio looks to pull one back really well read though by Charlie Taylor. Really good play there by West Ham United. Really good play. Breaking news: Sam has been appointed as a new Jeff. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I've not got a permanent job offer at my place. Maybe, Jeff, I can come for your place. Jared Bowen's going to go out again. Are they going to play this one short like they did last time? Let's have a look. Jared Bowen's going to whip it in, looking for the head of Dawson, pulls it right into the keeper, and referee deems that to be a foul from Dawson on Nick Pope there. Seemed to be a good strategy, though. They're playing the ball right onto Nick Pope there to cause him some problems because clearly maybe they think that's a bit of a weakness of the England goalkeeper, that maybe he isn't quite as competent is the phrase I wanted at coming for corners, and he's just taken a whack in the mouth for his as a reward there for his good goalkeeping. He's just bleeding from his mouth. So let's go over to the Leicester game as Alan St-Maximin tries to run his way past the Leicester defenders, but can only succeed in getting a goal kick for Leicester City. It's a good play actually there from Newcastle. A lovely 1-2 between Shelvey and St-Maximin, but then St-Maximin just got his legs in a little bit of a taffle. Can I change 2-2? No, you said it was going to be 2-2. You said it was going to be 2-2. I went with 1-1 because I didn't think there'd be lots of goals in this. I didn't think we were going to have a goal fest, if anything, but we were going to have a ball fest, which is probably the reason why people don't want to click on this stream as well, probably because they know it's a ball fest just by looking at it. But just watching that again, why does he take the contact? I'm not actually sure where he takes the contact on his face there, Nick Pope. He comes out for it, goes for the punch. Oh, it's with his foot. It's with Dawson's foot. Dawson jumps up and somehow manages to kick, unintentionally, of course, unable to, somehow manages to kick Nick Pope in the face. And I'm honestly more impressed than anything that he actually got his foot up there, because Nick Pope is, 6'5"? And he's managed to get his right foot, which he just jumped off, to kick him in the face accidentally. Impressive. There'll be a few minutes of added time at the end of this half. No surprises there, because they're just having to get him on the mend here, Nick Pope. They need to get his mouth to stop bleeding instead of having to put some stuff in his mouth to get it to stop bleeding, because you can't resume if you are bleeding. And unlike other players who are in different positions, say if you get a cut head, obviously you can go down to 10 men and maybe not have too much of a problem. But as a goalkeeper, you can't come off. You can't come off for 5 minutes because they'll have scored 4 goals because they'll just shoot from anywhere. In the other game, Shelvey looks at a short corner there, something from the set piece training there, but couldn't do anything really. It was flicked on at the front post by Newcastle United, and Newcastle just trying a few little different things that we've maybe not seen. And Almiron tried to get himself to the byline there to pull it back, but didn't succeed in doing so. There we are, back underway. Nick Pope gets us back underway. Good to see he's all ready to play. And Mikel Antonio, dodgy touch there, finds Westwood. And Burnley give the ball straight back to West Ham United, and Sue fouls them really well there. But Charlie Taylor's ended up fouling a couple of West Ham United players there. He's fouled Soufal and Bowen in the course of about 2.5 seconds there. That is pretty impressive if you do ask me. If you are new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and do be sure to subscribe as well. We've got a halftime game coming at halftime, so Shah, Fraser, anyone else who is in the chat, make sure you get it in the chat and give us your score predictions as well. And Charlie Taylor picks up a booking there for the foul on Jared Bowen, saying that it was only one foul and he should have been booked. Who'd have thought? Breaking news, Fraser has been allowed to change prediction. No, he hasn't. He went with that. Ball looking up again. Both teams, to be honest with you, I think West Ham are almost lowering themselves to the long ball football of Burnley in this first half. Most of it is long ball in the air. But here goes Rodriguez. Can we get something a little bit different from Burnley rather than just pinging it into the feet of the strikers? Lovely switch there to Lowton. Lowton looking for Goodmanson, and Goodmanson able to not able to get on it. Verstappen won. Is that actually true, Oliver, or are you just having me on? Because if Max Verstappen won, that is impressive because he was about 6 seconds behind when I left him. So another West Ham United goal kick. God, this is a slow game. I understand why no one's streaming it now. And that goal kick went straight out of play. No one else touched it, just went straight out of play for a throw in. This is what I'm dealing with here. This is what I am dealing with. Taylor switches to Lowton. Lowton just taking his time, goes back to Tarkowski. Tarkowski, that's better from Tarkowski. Doesn't take too much time. Westwood looks forward, looking for the run of Chris Wood, but can only succeed in actually giving away another throw-in. This is what I mean about stop-start. Really stop-start football between Burnley and West Ham United at the moment. Both teams really struggling to get themselves into the game and get the ball down and have some nice football. They just seem to be knocking it long. And like I say, it's like they're just supposed to come into that long ball strategy. Chris Wood here tries to get in across. And who's clear this time? By Mazawaku. It's going to be Antonio underneath it, but Tarkowski's nicked the ball instead. Declan Rice headers it back forward, though. Gives it to Bowen. Bowen has Soufal, decides to use him. Here is Soufal. Soufal driving into a little bit of space. Bowen makes a run in behind, and Ben Mee's done really well there, actually. At least I'm not watching this game. I know, Fraser. I know. Who'd have thought this would have been a good game, eh? I did want to do Spurs until it got cancelled, but never mind. Never mind. Declan Rice drops his shoulder, drives into a little bit of space here, Rice. Here's Bowen. Bowen looks put in. Oh, deflected, and that looks like it's gone behind for a West Ham United corner. Better, though, from West Ham, getting the ball down rather than just hoofing the ball, looking for Mikel Antonio. But Jared Bowen cutting in on that left foot. I think it's actually taken a deflection of Declan Rice, so it's going to be a goal kick for Burnley. Kind of sums up the way the game's going. It actually does hit Declan Rice, but the referee's giving it as a corner. So that could be huge drama if they do score from this. 4 corners for West Ham United so far, only 2 for Burnley. Here comes the corner. Manuel Lanzini is going to whip this one in. Lanzini looking for Dawson in the box, I believe that was. But Dawson's just appealing there. He wanted, I don't know if he wanted a penalty or if he wanted another corner. It looks like he's got another corner, but he's absolutely fuming. Let's watch this again. Hits the head of Charlie Taylor just in front of Tuchek. And then let's have a look. I mean, there is contact from Dwight McNeil. There is contact from Dwight McNeil on Dawson. Whether that is enough for him to go down and whether that is a penalty is a completely different subject matter. Wow, that is an interesting one. I doubt they're going to give that, but who knows? It might go to VAR. We've seen stranger things go to VAR. I'm sure Leeds United fans will tell you. Why is my string gone down now? The important moment. Why? Why? What's going on in the Leicester game? Not a lot either. It has gone to VAR, but they've given it as no foul. I have just seen that. It is given as a no foul, so there won't be a penalty there, despite the best efforts. Corner whipped in that time by Bowen, but played at the front post. Really, really boring football from both teams. I thought West Ham were going to add an electric energy to it. I thought they were, but they've just not really. They've just not. If I'm brutally honest with you, they haven't. Here's Goodmanson. Oh, Leicester have a penalty. Yuri Tielemans. How did I miss all of that? Watching all the boring stuff over here. Yuri Tielemans. For Leicester City, is he going to get himself on the score sheet to put West for Leicester 1-0 up? He is, and it's calmly dispatched there by Yuri Tielemans. The young man dispatches that nicely Great little penalty there from Yuri Tielemans. And whilst there could have been a penalty in one game, there was most certainly a penalty in the other. Where's my mouse gone? Hate it when it does that. Hate it, hate it, hate it. There we are. Here's Matt Lowton. Lowton gets in behind Ben Rama there. Looks to put in a cross, but it's looped off a defender, and it will be a Burnley corner themselves. So can Burnley make the most of a corner here and maybe win themselves a penalty or potentially even score? That would be the dream. A little bit of a dead game here at Turf Moor. I'm sure Burnley fans are enjoying themselves, but I most certainly am not. This will be the last time I watch Burnley if they carry on with the football they are playing today. Bit of an eyesore, if I'm honest with you. A bit of an eyesore. Here comes in the corner from Dwight McNeil, and only succeeded in putting that behind there, Fabianski, with an oncoming Ben Mee there, who's absolutely clattered into him. Good soup. There we are, updated. It is 1-0 in the other game. Most certainly is 1-0. In comes another corner for Burnley. Punch clear that time by Fabianski. Ben Rama putting a bit of a press on Westwood Cork, here, who's done really well actually to wriggle himself free and roll it back to a West Ham United defender. I keep losing my mouse, which is really annoying. It just seems to be switching off at the moment. It's really, really annoying me. Picked up by Lanzini here. Lanzini into Mazawaku, who finds Declan Rice. Rice has a bit of space to move in here, but has to go back. Oh, West Ham United, man, you're killing me. Why couldn't you have played this poorly against Chelsea last weekend? Oh, my God, you're killing me. What's with the poor football all of a sudden? What is with the poor football? West Ham have looked so good. Who cares about football when Mercedes got robbed? I haven't seen. I saw at the beginning. I saw the contact or the non-contact right at the beginning. Well, afternoon, Jay. Clearly a Mercedes fan there. And apparently Verstappen has won. I don't know if I've got the notification there to confirm it. Max Verstappen wins first title after passing Lewis Hamilton on the final lap. Blimey. Want a Christmas present? Okay, 500 subs is my present. Sweet. They're just still showing the replays for that potential foul from Dwight McNeil on Dawson in the penalty box. And, it's the more I look at it, the more I think, actually, you've seen him given. You have seen him given. You most certainly have seen him given. What is going on today? Why is my internet connection so poor? Oh, typical. Here's Charlie Taylor driving down the left-hand side. Taylor pulls it back, rolls it into Cork, who's looking to cross one in, flicked on at the front post. Oh, might loop in there. Off the head of Rodriguez, nearly looped its way in. That was a worrying situation there for Fabianski. He wasn't quite sure. He looked a little bit panicked there as that flicked off. It was Westwood actually who put the cross in. Rodriguez gets his head on it, and just because of the way it cannons off his head, he doesn't quite know where it's going. Close one. Actually, surprisingly close one as well. Still 1-0 in the other game as well. This is so annoying. Why is it being so bad? West Ham corner, whipped in by Bowen, flicked on by Souček. Oh, just wide there from Thomas Souček. Just wide. Newcastle, potential opportunity here. Here's Joelinton. Joelinton rolls it back to St. Maximan. St. Maximan tricks and dives his way in, driving in. Oh, lovely feet from St. Maximan. Clips it in, looking for the back post. Oh, good defending by, I believe that was Soyuncu in there, getting his body in the way. Looks like I've definitely picked the least exciting out of the two games here. Newcastle really giving it a good go at the moment. Really giving it a good go. Here's Almiron out on that left-hand side. Definitely picked the worst of the two games. I can't even get my stream to load now. I can't get the video to load. Like, that's annoying, isn't it? I'm watching it fine on the other one. No, I don't even know your name. Cool, Burnley, hurry up. You're making me that bored, I'm starting to sing. You know it's bad when that happens. So, Souček into Soufal, back into Souček. Souček loves to drive one into the box there. Comes back out to Lanzini. Lanzini is going to try and wriggle free. Rolls it to Declan Rice. Rice finds Masuaku. Masuaku's got three men in front of him there. Decides to go back to Benrahma. Benrahma also has three men in front of him here. Into Masuaku. Into Benrahma. Finds Rice. Rice, what can he do with it? Can he drive into a little bit of space? Rolls it to Masuaku. He puts in a cross looking for Mikel Antonio, but defended easily there. 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. We do have a half-time game, guys. Maybe like it. Well, it shouldn't be a boring game. It's a relegation fighter against a European team. There should be like the European team. There should be goals in this. There should be goals in this. How is this any different to Leicester versus Newcastle? Tell me. It's not. If anything, West Ham are the better team, and Burnley are the better team. So if anything, it's a better game. Anyway, guys, we do have a halftime game coming in precisely 2 minutes' time. Does not look like it's going to be a goal fest, this one. So, Fraser, I think your 2-2 might be out of the window, but we've seen more bizarre things, especially after the drama of the games yesterday with all, 3, 4 of the bigger teams in, United, Chelsea, City, and Liverpool all needing penalties to win. So maybe it is, and Leicester as well, are currently winning with a penalty. So maybe it is a weekend of penalties. Maybe that's what we're going to see in the second half, is just a penalty that decides this game. It wouldn't be surprised me with the way either team are playing. Burnley defending well, but West Ham's creativity is a bit flat at the moment, but there's only a matter of time, surely, as Mikel Antonio tries to go past Ben Mee there, and Ben Mee cynically fouls the Jamaican. Man, you ain't big. Ben Mee gets himself in the book as well. It was a cynical foul. Maybe a potential opportunity to notch here for West Ham United just before half-time. Change the half-time team talk. Burnley are going to have to defend well, otherwise Sean Dyche won't be pleased at half-time, knowing that they've gone behind, especially after a good defensive performance so far. What can they do with this here? Got Jared Bowen out there and Declan Rice as well, both out there looking to whip one in. It's Declan Rice who's going to whip this one in. Oh, poor ball, played at the front post. Summed up that first half. It is half-time in the other game. Leicester going 1-0 up thanks to a Youri Tielemans penalty. And West Ham play all the way back to their keeper from their own free kick. And it's now half-time. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right. Oh, I think that final 3 seconds there summed up that first half. What a nightmare of a first half that was. It was just boring. Like, even the referee looks bored. He's like, well, what am I to do? I've not had to do a thing. What a boring first half of football that was. I need to top up my drink in a second. We do have a halftime game. I'm not sure if there is enough people in the chat. Fraser, if you are in the chat and you want to have a halftime game, it is only higher or lower, so it's a very easy concept, but you guys seem to muddle it up quite a lot. I'm not quite sure how you managed to do it, but somehow you do manage to muddle it up. However, let me know if you want to do the halftime game. Let me pause my timer because we don't need that anymore. And start reset. There we are, pause. Beautiful stuff. If not, I am just going to go pop and get a drink and probably play you a little bit of Combat Arena Combat. And Char's back as well. The ref must have had a bet on both these not scoring. I know, it's been an abysmal first half. Char, are you ready for a halftime game? I think we should have a halftime game. Honestly, what a boring first half that was. I can't believe I just waited 45 minutes of my life on that. Sam, you've lost 2 subs. I mean, I bet I have for this game, to be honest with you. I can understand that. I bet they were like, why are you streaming Burnley? Why have you lost? Why are you doing that? Anyway, let's have a look. Char, are you ready for the halftime game? Today's halftime game is higher or lower, but this time with Premier League goals. This has been inspired by, who do you reckon it's been inspired by? Raheem Sterling, who scored his 100th Premier League goal this weekend. Congratulations to Raheem the Dream. He has scored 100 goals in the Premier League for both Liverpool and Manchester City. God, I'm obsessed with Chelsea. I don't even mean to say it sometimes and it comes out. Anyway, here we are, halftime, higher or lower Premier League goals. So all you have to do is I will give you the first player, which is Raheem Sterling. Then you've got to tell me, has the other player got a higher amount of goals or a lower amount of goals? So all you need to say is the second player, higher or lower. Easy as you like. Don't even think about the first player. Don't put that in the comments. We don't need that. Here we go. So the first one is Raheem Sterling or Paul Scholes. Is Paul Scholes higher or lower? Higher or lower? Weirdly enough, they're actually showing the replay of Manchester City right now, which is obviously the Raheem Sterling goal, who slotted his little penalty straight down the middle as well. Who's got more goals, Raheem Sterling or Paul Scholes? Paul Scholes, higher or lower, ladies and gents? Higher or lower? Let's have a look. I keep losing my mouse because I've got 2 screens here, and it's really frustrating. So, Fraser is going with Paul Scholes lower. Paul Scholes higher, says Shah. And Venuk is going higher as well. Afternoon, Venuk. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Is there anyone else in the chat fancying playing? If not, we will move on to the next one. So, Raheem Scholes scored like 100 goals and something. Shah's getting his knowledge in. Sterling's a snake. You know, Sterling's actually a Manchester United fan, Fraser, so I won't be too bothered about that. Anyway, so Paul Scholes or Raheem Sterling. I can confirm to you it is Paul Scholes who is higher, which does lead us on to our next one. Higher or lower, Sadio Mane than 107 goals. I was quite surprised actually that Paul Scholes had 107 because typically you think about goal scoring from midfielders, you think about Lampard, you think about Gerrard, but you know, Paul Scholes still managed to bag with himself 107 goals, but I do think he's not really in the debate. Personally, I don't think he's in that debate whatsoever. Venuk saying that Sadio Mane is lower. Fraser saying Mane is lower as well. And Shah saying lower as well. So you're all convinced. Oh, Fraser's gone back on himself. Fraser, what are you going with? Confirm higher or lower? You've said them both now. I want a confirmation message. Mane lower, says Shah. So Venuk and Shah both going with Sadio Mane to have scored less goals. 107 is a lot of goals. It's respectable, especially for someone who's a midfielder, you know. and Fraser is sticking with higher. Good stuff, Fraser. Good stuff. Scholes 107. I'm saying Mane 90 something. Well, Shah, I can reveal to you that Sadio Mane has. Did I? Is that right? Hang on, let me double check this. I feel like it was higher than that. Let me just double check. Let me just double check. I have it written down. Now that I've seen it, I'm like, I don't know, right? I feel like I'd have remembered. Let's have a look. Sadio Mane. No, it is right. It is right. I'm just absolutely baiting myself out here. Sadio Mane, 102 goals. So he has scored less goals than Paul Scholes. But I would imagine by the end of the career, that was a lot of goals and Scholes there, wasn't it? I would imagine by the end of his career that Sadio Mane will have overtaken him. And the question is, though, now, Cristiano Ronaldo, higher or lower? Has Cristiano Ronaldo bagged more than 100 goals in the Premier League? That's what you got to ask yourself, really. Has he had enough time in the Premier League? Of course, he had a phenomenal season where he bagged 35 in one season. So maybe you guys will lean towards that because of that. But maybe because he's not been here for a while. Maybe you think Sadio Mane, over consistent 5-6 years, has been able to convert more. Ronaldo, lower, says Shah, and so is Fraser. Both going lower. Both going lower. Maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe you'll be surprised. I swear Ronaldo scored like 84. But if that was like scored, as in like in the past tense, he has also played this season as well. Obviously, he's not scored 16. But, you know, that's not the point. And Venuk is going lower as well. So I can reveal to you that Cristiano Ronaldo scored 91 goals. It was his 91st. So he's edging up on that 100 goals as well. So Ronaldo doing bits, but not quite enough. And that leads me on to the next one, which is Robin van Persie. Robin van Persie, who has been a player that Manchester United, I think we only saw really 1.5, maybe one good season from Robin van Persie, but what a goal scorer he was throughout his time at Arsenal. Shah's asking his brother everything. Oh, so you're cheating, are you, Shah? You're cheating. Classic Shah, always cheating. Always cheating. Let's have a look. Robin van Persie going with higher. Fraser and Shah thinking on the same wavelength at the moment. Both going with Robin van Persie having scored more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo in the Premier League, that is, not overall. Just watching the highlights of this game. Quite surprised I managed to put together a highlight reel. Shah, cheat. He is a cheat. He is a cheat. Absolutely. And Venuk has also gone with higher as well. Venuk has gone with higher as well. So let's have a look. So Cristiano Ronaldo was on 91. Is on 91 Premier League goals as of yesterday. Robin van Persie, 144 goals. I mean, I know people rated Robin van Persie, but I feel like that's criminal. Like, how has he scored that many goals and people don't talk about him like he's the second coming of Christ? Like, I didn't even realise he scored that many. I knew he was good, but I didn't know he'd scored nearly 150 Premier League goals across playing for Arsenal and Manchester United. What a player. Which does lead us on to the next one, though. Another currently active player in Jamie Vardy, of course, joined the Premier League later on. Shah is going with Jamie Vardy lower. Venuk is going with higher. So you both split on that one. Fraser, the deciding casting vote here. Fraser's gone with Jamie Vardy lower. So, guys, you're going to have to keep up to date as well with what your score is for this game. Robin van Persie, I can reveal to you, scored 144 goals. But Jamie Vardy is currently on. Really? Really? He's on 127, Fraser. 60 goals. Jamie Vardy, 60 goals. What? What? He's been in the Premier League now for like 8 seasons. That would have been, I can't do the math on that, less than 10 goals a season. What? Moving on. Yeah, he's really, really like 127 goals for a man of his age in the teams that he's played in as well. He's not always played in the best of Leicester sides, but what a goal scorer. He knows what the back of the net is. Can't deny the talent. Cannot deny the talent. But the next one is Jamie Vardy or Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Higher or lower? Vardy probably has 60. I can't believe you said that, Fraser. I cannot believe you said that. He scored 22 in one season where he won Golden Boot. Never heard of this Jimmy. What? What? You don't know who Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is? I think he's a two-time Golden Boot winner in the Premier League. My brother says Jimmy just beats Vardy, but I'm saying Jimmy lower. So Shah's going lower. His brother's going higher. Fraser has no clue who he is. Thinks he has 25. I can tell you he scored that many in a season. I'm pretty certain, Fraser. And Venuk is going lower as well. So Jamie Vardy or Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, it is equal. Both on 127 Premier League goals, which is pretty mental. Pretty mental that Jamie Vardy's in such good company in Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, he was a very, very good player for Chelsea for a matter of what 5, 6 years. He was a really good player for Chelsea, a brilliant footballer, had it all really, pace, power, good finisher as well. Jimmy maybe equal to, yeah, exactly, equal to. And the next one is Romelu Lukaku. Whilst you guys ponder this, I don't know why I brought it really close for you, but whilst you guys ponder this, I'm just going to go refill my drink. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank or Romelu Lukaku? Right, 2 secs. Gonna get a drink. Oh, they're not going Lukaku lower easily. Fraser saying Lukaku lower. I think he had 78 goals. Where do you pluck this out from? Where do you get these goal tallies from? Lukaku scored 25 goals in one season. How would he only have 78, having been in the Premier League for literally all of his career, bar one? I don't know where you put these ideas out from, Fraser. Right, I'll be back in 2. Fraser. We will be back underway shortly as well. We will be back underway shortly. The players have come out onto the pitch. And let's have a look what everyone has said, because I'm insulted that someone thought that Lukaku only has 78 Premier League goals. Shah is saying equal. He's gone with equal now. He's got it stuck in his head. And Venom going easily lower. So I can reveal to you this is the final one. And what do we do on the final one, eh? We usually go equal, but we didn't. We went with Romelu Lukaku being lower. 116 goals for Romelu Lukaku. So it wasn't easily lower. Was not easily lower at all. In fact, it's fair play, really, to Romelu Lukaku. 116 goals in the Premier League. Good stuff for Romelu Lukaku. But we will be back underway in a quick minute. Let me get my stream timer all sorted out. I didn't start it at 45. Whoops. And we should be underway at the moment. I don't know what they're waiting for at the moment. If the player's not come out of the dugout just yet. Burnley are looking to pump this one long. They've got 5 players on the left-hand side who are going to charge at the West Ham United defenders, and that's what they've done straight away, looking for Chris Wood. Chris Wood, though, unable to win the header, falls to Westwood. tried to be positive there, but it was very, very Stoke City in their positivity, wasn't it? That very, very Stoke City in their positivity. How has Lukaku scored a lot in the Prem? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. He was one of the most prolific goal scorers in the Premier League for at least 4 seasons at Everton. He scored, what, 15 for West Brom? He scored 15 for United and I think 10 for United. So there's 25 goals already. And he scored 25 goals in one season for Manchester United, Everton anyway. So that would have been 50 goals. Burnley started right there. Where's Charlie Taylor at falls to in the edge of the box, following a corner, but cleared by West Ham only far as Jack Cork there. A bit of head tennis, and Bowen's been able to pick it up, looks to clip that one forward towards Mikhail Antonio, but Jack Cork's done really well there actually to put that back towards Nick Pope. Oh, let's get the other game up. Where's that gone? Burnley definitely had a rocket up their backsides in that half time. They've been told maybe Sean Dyche wasn't pleased with that first half from Burnley perspective. And in terms of a footballing perspective, they've done exactly what Burnley do. Declan Rice, lovely run here. Declan Rice keeps going. Oh my God, Declan Rice, that could have been such a good goal, but just a last-ditch tackle there by the Burnley defenders. Rice just gliding in between 3 or 4 players into the penalty box, carried on going. All smiles from Declan Rice, but he should have got that shot off. He should have got that shot off there, Declan Rice. He's so strong and powerful and quick as well, and players can't get near him. And he just was a little bit indecisive in the box there, and Ben Mee more than able to stop him. You've got to do a bit more to get past a veteran player like Ben Mee. Here comes the corner, though, from Lanzini. Whipped in, looking for Antonio. Falls to Souček, who tries to go for an overhead kick, but only succeeds in trapping it underneath him. Soufal finds Ben Rama. Ben Rama's going to put in a cross as well. Looks deep there, but only into the hands of Nick Pope. Burnley looking to get themselves on the counter-attack. That's a poor ball there from Matthew Lowton and Declan Rice, and a tag team of the West Ham United players were able to get onto that. And it's a bit end-to-end here as Ben Rama tries to go through. That's a brilliant tackle from James Tarkowski. Stands in the way, gets his foot in the way, and takes the ball from Ben Rama there, taking no prisoners, absolutely no prisoners there from James Tarkowski on side Ben Rama. Burnley on the attack themselves. That falls to Rodriguez, but cleared though this time by Masuaku. Good tackle there from Westwood. Really good tackle there from Westwood to regain Burnley possession in the attacking third. Here's Charlie Taylor. Charlie Taylor trying to drive into the corner. Can he get a cross in? Good defensive play by Bowen, but Taylor's done really well, and that must be a foul there, right on the byline there. He did really well there initially, Charlie Taylor, to keep the ball on. He wriggled his way away from Soufal and Jared Bowen. Does really, really well there, and Bowen cynically fouls him. He knew what he had to do, because otherwise Taylor would have been in the box himself, and then you're causing problems for yourself and causing issues. But really good direct running as well from Charlie Taylor. He does really, really well actually to keep the ball on in the first place. Really, really well. We will have a corner coming in here though. Corner. It's a free kick on the corner line. So really close. If this was me, I'd probably defend it like a corner. Maybe get a man, because of course you can stand maybe a little bit closer. Get a man in the wall, but I'd defend it like a corner and get people on the line, defend it that way. Probably the best way to do it, because you can't be offside from this position. Not really, because of the position of the wall and, of course, where the free kick is. It's Westwood who's gone out to take that. Chris Wood is up there. He clips it in, but is unable to beat the front post there. And I think that was Soufal at the front post who was heading that one clear. Cork tries to put in another ball from the other side, but succeeds in finding Masuaku. Masuaku gives the ball away, though. He gives it away. And here go Burnley again. Here's Cork. Rolls it to Westwood, who shoots, and maybe that wasn't the correct decision. Sorry, Dwight McNeil it was who shot there. Not the correct decision there from Burnley. Not the correct decision. Very, very, very positive start by Burnley in the second half. A positive start is the best thing to say, but still making poor decisions. Still making poor decisions. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let's see how many likes we are on. We are on 7. Can we get ourselves to 10 likes on the stream? That would be absolutely fantastic. Dabby dozy is what I think people like to say. That's apparently what I hear the cool kids say. Maybe not, but regardless. All the way back up with another goal kick there. West Ham tried to get the ball out, played a long ball, went out for a goal kick for Burnley. So honestly, the football in this game has been atrocious from West Ham. West Ham would have been able to get themselves on the ball, get the ball down, but Shah, what have you even just put there? Is that meant to say Soyuncu? What? I have Madison. I don't know who won the penalty for Leicester. I didn't quite see that because I was being bored by this game. Ben Mee clips it forward, looking for Rodriguez. Rodriguez is clattered through the back there by Dawson and wins himself a foul. It's always just the ball going forward. Lovely feed from St. Max there in the Newcastle game. Is that going to fall to Joelinton at the edge of the box? He drops his shoulder, shoots. Easy save though by the goalkeeper. Joelinton, yet to see really, really good side of Joelinton at the moment. But back to the Burnley game. I'm just looking at my FPL points as well whilst you say that, Fraser. Shah. In comes the free kick from Dwight McNeil, cleared easily in the end. Lowton looks to clip one back in. Westwood's in there, but just gone out for another goal kick. I'm on 71 points at the moment. Madison has got me 4 points, so we must have won the penalty. And so I've got 7 from Cancelo, 9 from Arnold, 7 from Rafinha, 8 from Salah, 6 from Mount, 4 from Madison, 18 from Ronaldo, who was my captain, and 9 from Dennis as well. So I've actually had a pretty good week. Actually had a pretty decent week so far. And of course, we've got the midweek games as well. Great touch there from Mikel Antonio to find himself a little bit of space. He's got Ben Rama in support. Can't cross it though. Blocked easily. West Ham United, they just don't look at it in this game. West Ham, that's better though from Mikel Antonio, driving to the byline. And I think Burnley have won themselves a goal kick there. I think he's won themselves a goal kick there. And let's see. Was that a goal kick? No, it's gone for a West Ham United corner. That was better though from West Ham. Well, I say West Ham. Mikel Antonio driving instead. Driving at the heart of the Burnley defence rather than just sitting back and trying to play the long ball, bringing the game to them. Bowen's going to take this corner. We've had a lot of corners so far, but the football's very, very stop-start. Whipped in straight into the hands, though, of Nick Pope. Is Nick Pope going to get a counter-attack on the way here? Nope. Decides to take his time again. No urgency in this game whatsoever. No urgency. How can you be a Burnley fan and watch this week in, week out? Because there's absolutely no urgency for either side here. Absolutely no urgency. It's boring. Boring football. Mazuaku finds the feet of Lanzini, who finds Souček. Here's Soufal, who's on that right back position. Goes back to Souček again. Souček back to Soufal. Here's Lanzini, finds Rice. That's better from West Ham. Finds Bowen, back into Rice. And Rice tries to ping it off to Souček. Ends up getting it to him in the end after it deflected off Bowen. Goes out wide to Soufal. Soufal's cross is poor, and Charlie Taylor clears the ball up the field. Good touch there from Rodriguez. Can Burnley go the other end themselves? This is honestly the most frustrating thing because Mazuaku's now just won the ball back himself. Here is Mazuaku. Rolls it into Ben Rama. Ben Rama trying to squeeze some room here. Rolls it to Lanzini. Lanzini's going to shoot. Blocked, though, by Jack Cork. There is a bank of at least 6 players just sat in front of West Ham all the time, and it's impossible for them to break down at the minute. It really is. That's a brilliant touch from Chris Wood, but his second touch isn't so good in terms of the pass. And he's given away to Declan Rice. Rice draws it across the box. Is that going to fall for Bowen in the middle? No, it's bouncing about. Is that going to fall? Declan Rice bounces up again. Benrahma. Oh, what a save that is. What a save that is from Nick Pope. It was a header from Benrahma. And what a save that is from Nick Pope. He's done really, really well to be even to that. What a good save that is. It fell to Declan Rice. Declan Rice's cross just took a massive deflection off Taylor. And Nick Pope dives across the goal and gets himself a good hand on that as well. Apparently, it's 2-0 in the Leicester game as well. My game is yet to get to there. Let's have a watch. Oh, little sweaty goal. Little sweaty goal. Just what you like to see in your Leicester perspective. Just a little sweaty goal, and Daka gets himself on the score sheet. A lovely goal there, actually. I call it a sweaty goal, but a lovely, lovely goal, really. Just realised my MacBook hasn't been on charge the whole time, but that is 2-0 in the Leicester City game. So he definitely chose the poor game, but it was lovely football. They carved them apart there. Don't know who number 7 is for Leicester, but a lovely, just complete brilliant awareness to realise that Daka had an open goal if he squared it to him. And it was really, really well played, actually. Really well played. It might annoy a few of your friends on FIFA, but really, really well played. Just to drop that off, and then you've got an open goal. Then you've sorted yourself out, really, haven't you? You've stopped any problems. Burnley is an hour away from Preston. I mean, it is an hour away, but I don't think it's that far in terms of miles. I think it's just the way that some of the northern cities are connected. They're not very connected very well. Because like one of my mates was like, "Oh, I live an hour away," and me living an hour away from Huddersfield is like 70 miles because you can just go on motorway everywhere. But he lived an hour away and it was 25 miles. And like, yeah, you do in terms of time live an hour away, but that's not really an hour away, is it? It's 25 miles. That sounds so stupid, but you know what I mean. It's not actually that far away. Anyway. Here's Mazuaku. Comes back into Rice. It looked like Burnley were going to make a change there. Benrahma. Into Rice. Rice into Mazuaku. Back into Rice again. Rice drops his shoulder there nicely. Bursts past the defender there. And that's just as my stream crashes. Brilliant. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You're really helpful. Really helpful. Just ended up being tipped over the bar, though, for another West Ham United corner. West Ham United really putting them under the cosh now, Burnley. Burnley starting to feel the wrath of West Ham. Whipped in by Lanzini. Again, doesn't beat the front post, and Westwood hoofs it clear. Bit of a dodgy touch there by Mazuaku, but on the second occasion manages to hoof the ball forward again. Here's Lanzini out on this left-hand side. Lanzini cuts in on his right foot. Is he going to twist and turn? No, can't get his way around him there. Oh, this is such a boring game of football. I'm telling you that now. There's no drama in it, no excitement. Afternoon, Alex G. How are we doing, mate? Your mic is weird, is it? I can't really tell. Not going to talk now, eating waffles. Yes. Afternoon, Alex. Are you a Chelsea fan? Are you a West Ham fan? Are you a Burnley fan? You go down a treat on the channel if you are a Chelsea fan. Or strike there, but I believe it was Michael Antonio from range looking to catch Nick Pope off guard. I got another 2 points there. I got another 2 points from James Madison. I'm doing bits here. I'm doing bits. Good stuff. And Chris Wood has just made a surprise. It's Matty Vidra who is coming on. So I promised in the last stream that I will update. I will update it this time round. And apparently it's verified. Afternoon to you, Alex. Afternoon to you. Lovely to see you, mate. If you are new, be sure to drop a subscribe on the channel. I greatly appreciate that, Vidra. What do you spell that? How do you spell it? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Burnley on the attack with Dwight McNeil finds Charlie Taylor. Taylor drives into a little bit of space there. Does really well, actually, but throws it back to Cork. It's so negative. Just stop going backwards. That'll stop your problems. There's a time and a place to go backwards, and that wasn't it there. That really wasn't. He sort of took on two players, and then he's almost like he got a little bit worried. Almost like he got a little bit worried and was like, "Oh no, I don't know what I'm doing." Charlie Taylor, and went, "Ah, no, we'll leave it." Oh, Matt Vidra's last name. Does anyone know? God, I'm useless at spelling. Here comes the corner. Oh, it's flapped out in the box by Fabianski this time, but the referee's given away. He's given a foul on the keeper there from James Tarkowski. Oh, I've been spelling Vidra right the whole time. It looks too. Oh, sometimes I'm so stupid, man. So stupid. Oh, very, very lucky there. There seems to be a lot of fouls on the keepers in this game, and I think that's sort of summing up how this game is playing out because it's really just slow and sluggish is the best way to put it. Slow and sluggish. Do I speak Spanish? No, I don't speak Spanish. I can. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber no, no, not, no, not Spanish. Not Spanish. I can't. What is it? Spanian in German? Aber nie Spanian. Anyway. But no, I can't speak any Spanish either. Here's Ben Rama, rolls it into Rice, back into Ben Rama. Ben Rama's going to bend one. Oh, not far, not a bad idea there. Something if something's going to happen in this game, it's going to have to be something special. I'm telling you now, it's going to have to be something special from Ben Rama because it's not. It's really not been great so far for them. It's really not been great so far for West Ham. They look out of options. They look out of ideas. They really do look out of ideas, and it's a shame because I think they could be capable of so much more in this game. But they're lowering themselves to that standard of play that Burnley play. It works for Burnley because it's Burnley. That's how they play. That's how Sean Dyche has them set up. But they seem to be going long quite a lot, West Ham, and that's not the West Ham that players of fans and all these people across the country have fallen in love with over the last year or so. That's not who it is. Nottingham Forest Cat says my second team. Good luck, lads. Who is your second team? Burnley or West Ham? I would assume it would be West Ham, but never mind. I know a word of Spanish. Hola, I do as well. I know what that one is. But thank you for stopping by, Alex G. Really do appreciate it. If you can drop a like on the stream if you do enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate that as well. Batman saying, does anyone else want Newcastle to get relegated besides me? Don't tell Active Aaron, but yes, I cannot wait for them to get relegated. West Ham, kiddo. Nice one. Lovely to have you in the stream, Nottingham Forest Cats. It is still 0-0. West Ham are a little bit quiet so far today, but Mikel Antonio there plays a nice 1-2 with Ben Rama. Can he get in behind? No, he's done some good play though there. Looks to clip one in. Ben Rama at the back post. Oh, nods it down. But James Tarkowski more than even to it. And it's West Ham, they just look flat. They just look like they're really struggling at the minute to break down this Burnley defence. It's credit to Burnley, but the football has been so poor. And here goes Masuaku, cleared by Charlie Taylor there, who'd done his defensive duties. Mikel Antonio just peeled off him at the back post there. And unfortunately, Masuaku does really well, actually. Good play from Bowen. And, Charlie Taylor. He had to get that. If he missed that, oh my gosh. If he missed that, then Mikel Antonio's got to tap him behind him. Absolutely. Active Aaron, I can't wait to get Newcastle to get relegated. I don't think he's here, but don't tell him. Don't tell him I said that. He'll be fuming at me. Here's Lanzini. Lanzini looks to cross one in. Cleared, though, again by Burnley. And that seems to be one of the problems as well. Nottingham Forest Cats, that West Ham, some of the corners don't really beat the front post, and that seems to be a problem for them today. And it's a schoolboy thing, really, schoolboy stuff. West Ham fan, great to see it, and I'll give you a sub. Even better. Thank you, Nottingham Forest Cats. I really do appreciate it, and welcome to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Nottingham Forest Cats, I swear I see you on TikTok. Sure. exposing yourself on TikTok. Admittedly, I am on TikTok as well. So if anyone does fancy following that, it's Redgate-Large. It's exactly the same as what it is on every other social media platform. Masuaku looks to switch one again. Poor again. He's kicked it out, and it's nearly gone out for a throw-in deep inside the Burnley half. But West Ham, man, what is going on in this game? David Moyes is fuming, and rightly so. Rightly so. After that performance against Chelsea last weekend, which obviously hurt me a lot as a Chelsea fan, it's not looked good. And West Ham need to make some changes. Burnley look like they're about to make another. I get like tagged in every video when you post. Oh, get in, Shell. Just one thing, can we have Antonio back? I mean, I don't think Antonio will be leaving West Ham anytime soon at all. Batman says, do you think Declan Rice will leave West Ham if they don't make it to the Champions League? I can see him leaving West Ham, but I don't think it will be Champions League based. I think it will be, he's only 22, so he's still got plenty of time to grow. I can see him leaving more on the sense of if a good offer comes in to help West Ham United build their squad, almost like Jack Grealish did. But also, I can only really see him going to Chelsea. But I don't know if Chelsea would pay. And I know that sounds stupid because he is a very good player who's definitely worth the money. But I don't think Chelsea would pay because he's a former Chelsea Academy graduate. And I know what Abramovich is like. He's like, I'm not sure I really want to pay 100 mil, for example, for an Academy graduate who we let go because you're just basically paying for your own player. The player that you created, obviously, the player that Declan Rice is right now is a completely different player to the player even 2 years ago when he was starting as a centre-half. That's a lovely ball looking for Rodriguez there, but Rodriguez has moved out the way of that. How long is his contract? I don't really know, Declan Rice. It must be quite a long one, I would imagine, because, you're going to sign up your best player, your vice captain, the man who you've been given the armband to. Josh Brownhill looks like he's going to be coming on. So maybe a sign of a little bit of intent there. But he's just put his jacket back on for the time being. And David Moyes is also warming up a couple of players as well. I don't know who that is from looking at him. Go on, turn around. Give us your name on your back of your shirt. Go on. Make it easy for me. I bet it's going to be someone that obvious, but I'm just completely switched off. This game has bored the life out of me. What's going on in the other game? Let's have a look. Let's go have a look what's going on in the Leicester game. The Leicester 2, Newcastle United 0. At least they've had goals over there. I knew it was going to be a boring one, this one, but I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought West Ham were going to be much, much better. Much better. Here goes Declan Rice. Rice into the feet of Lanzini. Good turn there, Lanzini, to find a little bit of space. Souček into Lanzini, who's gone out on that right-hand side. Lanzini seems to be going out to that left-hand side, quite frequently. Declan Rice here. Rice finds Bowen. Bowen into Soufal. Soufal's just driving into a little bit of space here. There we are. Drops his shoulder. Keeps motoring on. Comes inside. Rolls it to Masuaku. West Ham need to move the ball faster if they're going to get the ball forward. I tell you what, they need to move it quicker. It's slow. It's sloppy. It's lethargic. West Ham, move the ball faster. It's so easy for Burnley. So easy. They're not going to be able to break them down. And it is so easy for West Ham. Mikel Antonio here. Good turn. Good touch. Good turn. Brilliant stuff from Mikel Antonio. Into Bowen. Bowen back into Mikel Antonio. Antonio's going to get a shot off, but that's blocked easily by the Burnley defenders. That might be a corner. I'm not sure. He's walking away from the goal. I'd assume that's not taking a deflection there. No, it hasn't. And here comes the first sub for West Ham, first needed sub for West Ham. Said Benrahma is coming off for the Hammers. And who's number 22 for West Ham United, I don't even know who number 22 is. Number 11 is Vlasic, who is coming on. I thought he was new. And also, Brownhill has come on for Westwood as well. So both teams making changes there. They definitely did need to make some changes. Definitely need to make some changes. And Josh Brownhill also coming onto the pitch as well. So the change of emphasis, maybe making those subs there. Ben Rama making way. Vlasic, maybe he can offer something that we've not seen in this game from West Ham, because it's been a really poor performance. And I'm just looking at the ratings on my app here, and no surprises really that the four at the back of Burnley have received the highest rating so far from this app. No real surprises whatsoever. It's been really quiet for Burnley at the moment, and West Ham yet to show the force that they are. But here goes Declan Rice with a potential opportunity here, drops his shoulder. Well, again, no one in the box, no one busting a gut to try and get in the box there from West Ham United. Declan Rice is carrying the ball, is moving it forward, but there's no one getting up with him. There's no one getting up to support Declan Rice. No one really trying to get into that box. Declan Rice is a quick player. He's not the quickest. So there is an opportunity there for Mikel Antonio to get himself in between the two centre halves. And Declan Rice's ball was a good ball in. It's just been wasted because of the way that West Ham United have played this afternoon. It's really, really a sloppy game. It makes me wonder how this West Ham United side beat Chelsea last weekend. I know Chelsea were poor, but West Ham United today have been even worse, if I'm honest with you. It has been a poor performance so far by West Ham. They've still got 20 minutes left on the clock, so things could change. Batman saying that Declan Rice's contract finishes in 2024, so maybe a 2024 free transfer could be ideal for any team, because I don't think many teams will pay 100 mil like the evaluation that West Ham United gave. I can see why he's valued that well and that highly, because he is a very, very good player. But I'm not sure whether he's potentially completely worth that amount. So it is a surprising one. It is a surprising one, if I'm honest with you. Now, people in the stream, if you are new, be sure to drop a subscribe to me. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game, or everything that's not happening in this game. And if you could drop a like on the stream as well. Can we get ourselves to 12 likes on this stream? That would be absolutely fantastic for us. We are currently on 8. If we could get ourselves up to 10, maybe even 12, would be absolutely fantastic. Just waiting for Declan Rice to put back on his shoe, and then we will be ready to rumble again. Lucas Fabianski is going to knock one forward here, looking for Bowen, but the flick on, I believe that was from Souček, just eluded Bowen there. Is your microphone audio okay? Let me have a look. I will have a look on here. It does look a little bit quiet, doesn't it? Is that better? That looks a little bit better. I'll move it in a second. I'm just going to drink in my hand, so I'll hold it in my hand in a sec. There we are. Is that better for you, Batman? That should be much better. It's just sat on my lap now. Burnley normally cave in around the 75th minute mark. Keep the faith. I mean, that's all you can do from a West Ham perspective. Burnley have looked strong, they've looked good, but surely it's only a matter of time. Free kick clipped in there, looking for Chris Wood. Sam, is that Ribena? No, it's not, unfortunately. I'm not rich. I can't afford Ribena. Clearance there from Fabianski finds Bowen. Bowen has a couple of men joining him here, but look at all the bodies floating back. From a Burnley perspective, they're so quick to get behind the ball. Lanzini here rolls it into Vlasic. Vlasic into Arthur Masuaku. Vlasic tries to whip one in himself there, and Burnley able to defend yet again. A very, very, I said it earlier, a very stoic performance, a really stoic performance from them, from Burnley at the moment. It's honestly, I'm quite surprised at how good defensively Burnley have looked. And as a West Ham United fan, Nottingham Forest Cats, of course, as a Nottingham Forest fan, but as a West Ham United fan, just realised it still says first half and all of these. Ignore it. But as a West Ham United fan, you've got to let us know, what do you think to this performance so far? It's still 0-0. Yes, you can keep the faith that Burnley are gonna eventually buckle under the pressure of West Ham. Surely they're going to. Surely, because West Ham are a much better side, and they've, like, you look at the corners, you look at those stats, and you think surely West Ham United are going to be the ones to score first, but Burnley have themselves a free kick. Dwight McNeil's going to whip this one in, and that's gone all the way over the top of the edge of the box. And I think that really sums up the performance of the attacking sides in this game. It's been slow, it's been sloppy, it's been, well, not fantastic at all, has it? It's been a poor game for the most part for both sides, and I think they'll be disappointed. I don't think Burnley will be disappointed defensively, but I definitely think West Ham will, especially after that, after the buzz of beating Chelsea last weekend. Definitely will be annoyed that they haven't got this game dead and buried. And at the minute, they could lose all 3 points. They could lose all 3 points. So who knows, ladies and gents? Who knows? The game is going to follow the weekend theme with a penalty win. I said that earlier, Batman. I wouldn't be surprised if a penalty is what separates the two sides. We've already had a VAR decision. A penalty go to VAR. That's what I was supposed to say there. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. But it was actually for Dawson. That's who it was. Vidra was going to try to get a shot off in the first half, but it was deemed that actually the correct decision was made. There we are. That's all up to date now. It's just a little bit like a game of chess. Cliche, expected to win, expected, but just watch. West Ham will come on top. Nottingham Forest Cats keeping his faith in the Hammers. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a penalty. But at the minute, it just looks like neither team are really going to get themselves even in the position to win a penalty. That's the problem with it. That is the problem with it. Afternoon, Josh Wilkinson. Lovely to have you back. I know you're in a little bit earlier on. Lovely to have you back. That is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Nice. Cleared there by James Tarkovsky. Sufal looks forward, looking for Antonio. Has he fouled him there? That might be a handball anyway. He's going to roll it to Bowen, and the referee's given them the foul already. I thought they were going to play on there, I thought they were going to let him put it in the back of the net and then come to it at a later date. That's what I thought was going to happen there, but turns out it didn't. And Mikel Antonio maybe feels a little bit aggrieved actually that he didn't actually get in behind. 9 more subs, mate. I know we're getting close to that 500 mark. Here's Dwight McNeil, who finds Charlie Taylor. Charlie Taylor back into McNeil, and that's an awful, awful cross there. Is that going to make it? No, it's definitely not going to make its way in. That was an awful cross there from Dwight McNeil. Poor ball in. Fabianski's going to clear this one up from the goal kick again. It's been such a slow game. Can someone actually get their noses in front in this game? That is the question. Can they get their noses in front? We've got 12 minutes left on the clock. Both teams look a little bit slow, look a little bit sloppy and lethargic. Can they get their noses in front? That is the big question. West Ham will feel like they deserve to be ahead. Maybe not. I don't really think there's been a clear-cut opportunity for West Ham in this game. I personally cannot even think about them being one, if I'm honest with you. I cannot think of a clear-cut opportunity where I've thought that should have hit the back of the net. I genuinely can't think of that at the moment. What's going on in the Leicester game? Leicester still 2-0 up at the moment on my stream. Will there be any changes to that, though? We'll find out. I'm sure we will find out. Surely it's got to be a more of an exciting game than the one that's currently featuring on my screen here. Surely. Thank you for the 10 likes, ladies and gents. Pablo Fornells is going to be coming on for West Ham United as well. Leicester on the attack here with Daka. Daka. Oh, is that Tielemans again? Yuri Tielemans gets his second. James Maddison with the assist there, I do believe it is. So even more points for my fantasy football team. I will take that. I will take that. And who did Pablo Fornells come on for? I didn't even see that. I was miles away. Miles away. Let's see who Pablo Fornells came on for there. He came on for Manuel Lanzini, who was made way. So Fornells is on last-ditch opportunities here for West Ham United if they are going to take all 3 points here at Turf Moor. They've got 10 minutes left on the clock to do so, so plenty of time. If you're a West Ham United fan, I do fancy them, but I don't know. I don't know where the goal's coming from. No one looks like they want to score for a West Ham perspective here. There's not really been any big opportunities. And unfortunately, that doesn't make for a very fun watch-along, if I'm honest with you. It doesn't make for a very fun watch-along. The Chelsea game yesterday was much more exciting, even though I couldn't deal with the heartbreak and the pain as we got into the 85th minute. But maybe there'll be some heartbreak and some pain here. Here is Mate Vidra. Vidra rolls it in. Oh, poor pass again. Poor pass. Just the difference between the top players there. That pass in the final third. Mikel Antonio is going to drive himself out this time, and that's gone again. Another poor opportunity and poor decision. Fornells, is he going to be able to win that back? He's done quite well there, actually, to win that back. Pablo Fornells, and actually, he's got himself a little free kick. West Ham get the ball back underway here with Vlasic, who's going to try and make some room there. Comes back to Souček. Up the Forest. Nice one. That was the most sarcastic thing I think I've ever seen. Up the Forest. Nice one. He had no clue what to put there. That's actually made my day. Lovely stuff there. From West Ham, but they're giving the ball away again in the final third. Dwight McNeil now latches onto the ball and moves it forward. Here's Charlie Taylor in a bit of a space. Taylor rolls it into Brownhill, I believe that is. Back into Taylor. It was Goodmanson, sorry. Goodmanson's going to whip it in. Oh, is that going to fall in the box there for Rodriguez? Not quite, and it's not going to fall for Vidra either, and West Ham get themselves back on the ball. What a slow game this has been. It's awful to pick a 0-0 draw. Awful. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe there will be late drama in this one. I will have a double and a Stella for you. 4-0 Leicester. Wow. Leicester. We should have watched the Leicester game. That's what we're concluding from this. We should have watched the Leicester game. I had faith in West Ham, you know. I had faith in them. Maybe we'll still get the goal there for West Ham United with Vlasic here trying to find Bowen. Finds Rice instead. Rice shoots. Oh my gosh! Oh, Declan Rice, a yard or two away from finding the back of the net there. Just slightly over the crossbar from about 20 yards out there, Declan Rice. It was worth an effort. I said earlier on it's going to take something spectacular, and that was nearly it from Declan Rice. It was a lovely hit. Just hits the top of the net. A really, really lovely hit. And yes, it is 4-0. And oh my gosh, James Maddison's doing bits for my fantasy team today. James Maddison, you are an absolute hero. He's scoring the fourth goal in the Leicester City game. I think he's got himself 2 assists as well. So I am rolling in the points at the moment. Nottingham Forest fan, if you do play FPL, we do have an FPL league that is linked in the description. If you fancy joining that, just a load of the regular people who come in the chat, just a little bit of a banter and positive vibes in there as well. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock. I would give you a man of the match, but it's kind of hard to pick a man of the match when the game has been this boring. Sam, what do you use to make your thumbnails? Oh. Sam, what do you use to make your thumbnails? There we are, that's better. I use Photoshop because I've got a Photoshop license. That's what I use. 4 nails looks long there for Bowen. Easily read by Charlie Taylor as well. I can't imagine, paying money to go and watch this game. I can't imagine being a West Ham United fan making that long travel all the way up to Burnley for a 0-0 draw. I'd be absolutely fuming. It's rolled into Antonio here. He's got loads of bodies in the box, but no movement whatsoever. And it's gone behind again for another West Ham United corner. All these corners, but will the pressure finally tell? Will it finally tell? Surely it's got to at some point. Surely. Maybe. Surely it's got to. Here comes the corner, whipped in, cleared at that front post again. West Ham aren't helping themselves here. They aren't helping themselves. That was cleared at the front post yet again. Come on, says Nottingham Forest Cats. Honestly, they're wasting all these corners here, West Ham United. They're wasting them. They're making it really difficult for themselves. Yes, Burnley are making it hard for them. They're sitting back. They're inviting the pressure onto them, though. And they should be more than capable of breaking down this Burnley defence, but they just keep reverting as well to route one. Declan Rice here with a bit of space. He's going to drive into it. And unfortunately, is that a corner? It is another corner. I thought it just clipped off Declan Rice as it gone out there, but it's gone for another corner for West Ham United. Will this one beat the front post from Pablo Fornals? If I was at Burnley, West Ham, I'd want my money back. I mean, I want my money back, and I've sat here and watched it. Fornals whips it in. Is that going to find anyone's head again? No, Matty Vidra under it this time, and that might have been a foul there from the Burnley defender as he pulled back on. I'm not even sure who that was of West Ham United there. I think it might have been. I don't even know. I thought it was Bowen, but he's just picked up the ball here on the right hand side here, and he's given the ball away actually there. And Burnley might be able to counter attack with Brownhill. Here's Dwight McNeil. He's got Vidra in front of him. Vidra, can he get the pass off? Is that a penalty? Referee says no. Vidra goes down under the tackle of, I believe that was Issa Diop who was getting back. But who was that? Why have you shot from 45 yards out? What is the point in that? How long until the game is done? 3 minutes, and then I can sit down and actually enjoy myself. Oh my gosh. Thank you to Archie and to Nottingham Forest fan and those and Fraser and Josh and all those people who have sat and watched through vast proportions of this watch along. This game, like, they're just rewatching that. It was Declan Rice actually who'd got back, used that little bit of pace. But what a poor game it has been so far. Aaron Lennon has come on for Dwight McNeil as well. I'm not going to change the banners just yet. I'm going to wait because I'm expecting a goal. There's going to be a late winner, a late penalty. You've heard it here now. Here's Mazuaku. Good play there to find Vlasic. Oh, referee. Play on, ref. Oh, my God. He's becoming part of the problem. He apologises to Sucha, but Vlasic had the ball there. He got away from his man. Mazuaku does really well there to get the ball into Vlasic. Vlasic drops his shoulder, gets past his man, and the referee blows up. He blows up. Referee just killed the game there at the one opportunity where Vlasic actually looked like he was going to do something good, and it looked like there was going to be a bit of spark or energy into this game, but it's been so slow. Vidra there wins his header. It finds Brownhill. Is there an opportunity for Burnley here? He goes wide to Goodmanson. Goodmanson goes to Charlie Taylor. Oh my gosh! That was so close from Rodriguez there. All he needed to do was get in a touch, and no one was running in behind. Burnley looking like they're going to try and nick all 3 points right at the death here. Really good ball in there. And there is a touch from Rodriguez. But it doesn't find the back of the net. It does not find the back of the net. It's gone just wide there by Rodriguez. Come on, let's just have a goal. I can see Archie and Nottingham Forest fan are begging for West Ham United to score a goal. Will we see one? Oh, that's poor again, though, from Burnley. The pass there was behind. It was behind Mate Vidra that time, and that has been the story of this game. Football has just been awful. 3 minutes of added time here. Cross whipped in. What on earth was that? That was another awful cross. Another awful cross from Burnley. He decided to volley it on the cross. What is this? What is going on here? Honestly, the decision making in this game from both teams has been poor. The football has been absolutely rubbish. Vlasic finds Bowen. Bowen's going to shoot. Oh, good save. Good save by Nick Pope. He had to switch on there. Really had to switch on. That was a great strike from Bowen. Maybe one opportunity in the last chance saloon for West Ham United. That sounds crazy. Oh, it really is a crazy game, this one. Really is a crazy game. In comes another corner from Fornals. Beats the front post that time, but cleared by Mate Vidra again. Burnley staying stoic, staying strong. But unfortunately for me, that's not what we want. We want a goal in this game. Oh, it's another corner there. Free kick. Free kick. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Nick Pope there nearly made a mistake. I was trying to get my words out and say it was a cross that was whipped in to the hands of Nick Pope. And as Nick Pope went to unleash the play there, he dropped the ball and nearly fell at the feet of a West Ham United man. Let's see who that was who was just trying to nick the ball as he came past. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what Dawson's done wrong at all there. Nick Pope's had an absolute howler there, and Dawson, for some reason, has gone in the book. Almost gone in the book. Ouchie saying West Ham win now. Almost 2 minds. I know. I don't know how Dawson's gone in the book for that, if I'm honest with you. I think Nick Pope's got away with one there because that had fallen right at the feet of the West Ham United players. Right at the feet of the West Ham United players. Leicester in the other game cruising to a comfortable victory. 30 seconds left on the clock here, ladies and gents. You're going to be surprised if there is a winner. Declan Rice finds Vlasic, who goes wider to Fornals. Fornals comes back to Declan Rice. Rice. Is there one opportunity of Vlasic? Oh, is it about to shoot it? Oh! He's put it over. He's put it over. And it looks like that'll be it for today's game. Winding down the second. What a boring game. He's absolutely blazed it over there, Thomas Souček. Just when West Ham United needed him. And that is it. That is full time. West Ham United 1. Just joking. West Ham United 0. Burnley 0. That is full time at Turf Moor. And what a boring game that was, man. What a boring game. I mean, the thing is, you've got to sit in as a West Ham fan. If you sit there and think, oh, yeah, that's a good point, I don't think anyone's going to be sat there thinking that. I really don't. That is an awful point for West Ham. Off the back of that 3 points, that is an awful, awful one. I hate this. I've been here in the stream the whole time and poof, no goal. I know, Archie. I've been the one talking the whole time. Nottingham Forest fan says, take care, pal. Merry Christmas and good luck. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, Nottingham Forest cats. And if you haven't already, be sure to drop a subscribe. I'd love to see you in the chat in the future. Really enjoyed having you in. I really do appreciate that. And thank you for stopping by. Really does mean the world. You've made a really dead game slightly, more enjoyable, a lot more enjoyable. So thank you to you guys who have been in the chat. But West Ham United fans, man. Oh my gosh, what a poor performance from West Ham there, following that, brilliant performance last weekend, especially in the second half of the game against Chelsea. What a turn, what a complete change in emphasis there. Very surprised West Ham have come out that game like that. But I'm going to leave that there. I don't think there's really much else to talk about. There was no controversy, not really any big opportunities. Thank you, Nottingham Forest Cats. I really do appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Um, really, really poor game. And it was just quiet. Both teams just cancelled out each other perfectly. The only positive I'm taking out of these 2 o'clock kickoffs is that James Madison's got me absolutely loads of points for fantasy football. But that's about the positive we can take from that. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you to those who have stopped by and those who new subscribers as well. Hopefully, just watching that Mazuaku chance from earlier on, 10 minutes in, that's probably the best opportunity, and it was from about 25 yards out on the volley. So, tells you all you need to know. We are going to conclude this stream here. Thank you for the mental support on yesterday's stream and, of course, the support on today's stream as well. I really, really do appreciate everyone and everyone for stopping by. We are edging closer to 500, so if you could get me there before Christmas, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to leave you here, though, guys, and make sure you have a very Merry Christmas if I don't see you guys in time. I'm sure there'll be a couple of streams coming, so make sure you've got those notification bells turned on. But if I don't see you guys before Christmas, if you don't come into the streams for whatever reason, make sure you have a very Merry Christmas. And most importantly, guys, stay safe.